Just a simple needle drop, a rabbit hole I couldn't.
So a little package arrived today, showed up this week. Not a review unit, not a sample. It wasn't given to me. Something I actually went out and bought myself because I needed it. And I'll explain a little bit what that is. This is the Fosi Audio PH05, a 5-channel headphone amplifier and splitter, approximately about $50 US Canada, depending on the FX rates and what's on retail at this point. And before you ask, yes, I'm aware of how that sounds coming from a guy with a McIntosh sitting on his audio station as well, but hear me out. So the first thing is nice packaging. Fosi always punches above his weight here. This came today from delivery. As you could tell, I'm very impressed. Simple things in life, but just for the plastic that came with the box, Fosi Audio, it's clearly indicated, and so forth. The only thing that's weird, and again, I do apologize, I did open it just prior to this, let's make sure everything was there. There's not much on the box itself. There's I think it's kind of grayed out. It's black on very light gray. I don't know if you could see it. So they could do a little bit better on that, because I think it'll be just kind of better for the box to have more highlights of what it is, because I find the color that they used here, 24-month long-term warranty, a 30-day return period, technical support lifetime. So I bought this directly from Fosi Audio. So let's go through the unboxing itself. So over here we get a 3.5 millimeter audio cable, and actually looks pretty nice. It's kind of funny, I said this before, I have the Meze Albas, which are IEMs, and I love the headphones, sorry, the IEM itself, but the cable is horrible for that price point. And here's for $50, very nice. One of the better 3.5 audio cables that have. So good job, Fosi. Here's the power supply. So again, its input is 100 to 240 Vs, 50 to 60 megahertz. So I'll explain this a little bit more afterwards. It looks a bit cheapy, but at least it's not a USB cable. So it'll be interesting to plug this guy in. And again, from an unboxing, again, nice that they have here Fosi Audio on Hear the Unheard, which is nice. And let's take it out. Let me just kind of move the box out of the way. So it's an all aluminum chassis. It feels generally solid. So 5 headphone outputs on the front, 5 individual volume knobs in the middle, and a mute button here. I think it's on off mute button. The mute button is going to save my sanity. Why I bought it. Here's the thing. I have a lot of headphones, like maybe too many headphones. The FiiO Clear MGs, the Celestees, the Hadneys, the Meze 109 Pros. I even have the Sony XM6s and 5s. And I also have here the Meze Albas. I have here the Candenzas as well. And I have other ones as well. I'm not going to show them at the moment. And every time I want to compare two of them, I'm plugging cables, swapping jacks, losing my place in the music, taking myself out of the flow. That's not a listening test. That's an obstacle course. The PH05 fixes that completely. At least I hope so. All 5 headphone plugs at the same time. So again, the goal here is to plug these guys all in. But that's kind of interesting. So this one here, because this is the B Media, has a bigger jack. We'll have to test that out. The good thing is I can set the volume control for each headphone individually. And let me just bring the Candenzas, because I believe here we'll fix that. Great. And if I'm not mistaken, I do have the B Media cable here. So I'm just going to unscrew this guy here, which is nice. And I will just flip him here, and we'll talk about this cable later on. I just received it, and again, so the goal here is to put the different IEMs or different cables and set the different volume levels for each one, which is going to be great. Put this guy here on the side. And I set each channel independently, so every headphone is volume matched to within half a decibel, and then I just switch them to do the A/B testing. That's it. That's the whole game. Proper A/B testing, no cable gymnastics. Now, specs matter. These are generally impressive, according to Fosi. Signal to noise ratio is 105 decibels. That's better than most dedicated headphone amps out at 3 times the price. THD, total harmonic distortion, is, according to Fosi, 0.001%, basically unmeasurable. Now, I'm not going to be doing that type of measurement, but we'll have to see. Up to 310 milliwatts per channel at 32 ohms, handles everything from 16 to 300 ohms. That covers everything I own, which is great. So where am I going to be using this? So here's how it fits into my listening chain. So I have two places I do my listening. So here at my desk where I do both my professional job of team meetings and working from home. And then at night, I do some AI coding, some just IT stuff and listening and doing this little YouTube channel of mine. So I'm using the FiiO K15, which is handling its DAC duties. He's over here. Let me just kind of point him here. And then also I have here the GR70, which is actually as a preamp. So basically the Fosi feeds into here. That feeds into, if I could go just to the side, to my Kin Play Active speakers. Bring the camera back here. Make sure you guys could see it properly. All right, fantastic. All right, good. And now the PH5 will sit in between this. I'll have to find a good spot for him afterwards. I call it the him. That's funny. So I'll have to give this guy a little name afterwards. So to make sure that I could distribute the signal to all 5 headphones that I would be testing simultaneously, because I do want to explore different IEMs. For my headphones, I think I'm good with headphones for now. There's 1 or 2 I'm going to be auditioning when I'm in Amsterdam in about a month. So I want to make sure that I have a clean, organized, honestly. It looks kind of insane with 5 headphones plugged in at once. So I did try it once with all 5 headphones. So I'll have to figure out how it looks, but we'll get a few good shots once we do the actual review later on. Now, I said I bought this myself because I needed it. Here's why the timing is perfect. I just, for the first time on this channel, Fosi was good enough to send me a evaluation of the Fosi S3 Streamer, which has just arrived. I have the box on the other side, and I will be doing the video of the Fosi S3 shortly. That's Fosi's first ever network streamer. It's a DAC preamp on-one box AKM chip. It's room ready, well certificating progress. I got to double check the DAC and preamp portion of it, but again, this video is more focusing on PH05, just mentioning that video is coming soon. And which means that this little guy here is going to be the front center for the entire process. I'll be testing the S3 streaming with different IEMs and headphones, and including my listening chair with my Focal speakers, PS audio chain. And ironically enough, I have one more video to do, which is I'm auditioning to test right now if I want to purchase the Chord Hugo TT2 as a DAC. Whole other conversation, which means that I will be able to, for the first time on this channel, start really doing better A/B testing as far as the headphones are concerned. Look, for 50 bucks Canadian USD dollars per taxes, whatever the case might be, in a hobby where cables cost more than that. And a good example, so this is the B Media, excellent YouTuber, or TikToker, I should say, YouTuber. Amazing cable. I think I got this at the Kickstarter for around 30 bucks, 40 bucks. But I think it ranges between $40 and $50 on retail in Canada. It's almost the same price as this full thing. So cable, IEM headphone switcher. That's pretty impressive. It's embarrassingly good value from Fosi. Again, so far, solid build. I really can't complain. Like here's the poly, and you guys know the poly cost well over 600 US dollars, and you know, like you could tell that the build of this looks excellent, including there's a little feet here so it doesn't move around, and they even put like little Fosi Audio logos on it, so that's kind of interesting how that works. Funny, I never checked underneath. Yeah, so the Fosi GR70 has it, but without the logo. Good thing to take a look at. All right, yes, cable mess is real, folks. I'm just going to finish this up right now because it's the unboxing. If you're enjoying the channel, hit subscribe. The S review is coming, including the Chord Hugo TT2, and it's going to be a good one. I'm Bill. This is an excellent audiophile. I'll see you in the next one.
Now a quest for perfect tone, for the greatest sound I've ever known. It's sound over the specs you see, an accidental audiophile, that's me.